So did the president flip-flop, as his critics say, or did he evolve, as he claims? And how much of this is actually political dynamite? ABC News senior Washington editor Rick Klein was in the room during President Obama's interview. He joins us. Nice to see you.
Hi, Greta.
All right, so tell me, what was it like being in the room? Because this is obviously a huge story.
Yeah, no, you had a sense that this was going to be a big moment. We didn't know exactly what the president would say up to the moment that he started talking about it. He's been talking about this evolution for 18 months now, which is a long time to be evolving on a major policy issue. So there was a growing sense that he had to get to this position, that he was being pushed into this position by his party, by reality, by his own vice president. But to see that whole journey conclude the way he described it, talking about the conversations with his children, talking about the conversations with his wife, I think was really pretty extraordinary.
Well, he said that he is for it personally. He didn't say as president of the United States personally. And he said, though, that he believes that the states, that in spite of his personal belief that the states should make up, each state should make up its own decision, which is sort of interesting, which is a very conservative viewpoint, states' rights and the whole federalism. So he's apparently, process-wise, he's on the same page as the Republicans.
Yeah, and that was a little twist, I thought, in the argument, because he actually said one of the reasons that he decided to come out like this is because Mitt Romney has called for a federal constitutional amendment, saying that the federal level, the Constitution should ban gay marriage. He thinks it should be state by state. So he was careful to say, this is my personal opinion as president. That's not something that's likely to come to his desk in a major way. He's got other ways that he's dealing with gay rights issues. But on the issue of gay marriage, he's personally comfortable with it, and he thinks states over time, as public opinion evolves, will evolve along with him.
I went back and looked at how much he won North Carolina by last time, and it was like half a percentage point, North Carolina. This year, the Democratic convention is going to be in North Carolina. And then you have last night's vote on the gay marriage constitutional amendment to their state constitution. What's sort of the conventional wisdom of what this means for North Carolina for this president?
I've talked to a couple Democrats who feel like North Carolina, maybe even Virginia, could be sacrificed in this political move. I'm not so convinced. I think North Carolina was going to be a very close state regardless. There's clearly a large number of voters who disagree with President Obama on the marriage issue. I think, though, for the voters for whom that is the #1 issue, they were unlikely to be Obama folks in the first place. They probably would have had problems with his abortion stance, a whole list of other issues on the economy, on social issues, everything else. I think, though, the White House view on this, the Obama campaign view on this, they had to get to this position. They had to show strong leadership. They knew that they were defending an untenable position where the president was saying he was personally against gay marriage, but also against any efforts to ban gay marriage.
How do we know if it's, quote, strong leadership now, or if it's simply just playing politics because he's getting his back pushed against the wall? I mean, everyone's been hammering him for the Fisher cut bait on this.
We'll know if he wins the election or not. That's one easy way. One telling sign, though, I thought, there were a lot of Republican responses to this statement today. Mitt Romney had one of the tamest ones. He said, look, my personal view is different, but I know it's a heated issue for a lot of folks, and we'll go on. He made point that, of course, the president had different views at different times on this, but he didn't really hit the flip-flop issue. You don't get a sense that the Romney team wants to make an enormous issue out of gay marriage this fall.
All right, under the